In this video, I'm going to show you how to create and upload a thumbnail for your YouTube channel, starting right now. Hi everyone, my name is Joe and welcome to Joe Cullen Learn. On this channel, I make tutorials, guides and how-tos on software and programming, so please consider subscribing. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a banner and thumbnail for your YouTube channel. I am assuming you're using a brand account and following through the guides in order. If you have a personal account still, you can still follow through or check out my previous video, which describes how to make a personal account into a brand account, and I'll link that into the top right hand corner now. So first things first, we want to click onto your picture in the top right hand corner on YouTube and go to My Channel. Now you may or may not have anything populated and pictures in your banner area here and your thumbnail icon here. It doesn't matter if you don't have anything, and if you do then we can change them, so that's fine. Sometimes they populate through from Google+. The first thing we need to do is click onto the photo icon in the top right of the banner area. And what we're doing here is we're just going to see the sizes that we need to make the photo. So the recommended channel art size is down here and the maximum file size is 6 megabytes. Now it doesn't sound too hard to make a photo with those requirements. In fact, it's pretty easy. However, there's a couple of tricky bits, so watch out. YouTube doesn't actually scale down your picture at this size. So even though they're the recommended sizes, depending on what device you're using, if it's a mobile phone for example, you see much less of your channel art over using a TV or a desktop computer. Now we can get around that because there's like a safe area where you can make a picture and then anything outside of it doesn't really matter. Now working out the safe area isn't the easiest thing to do, so I've actually found a website which I'll put in the description for you, and it's also here if you want to copy it down. I'm not going to read it out because it's a bit of a mouthful. It's got all of the information that you need here, and at the bottom of the page it's got download YouTube channel art template. This template I have modified a little bit further, and I'm going to make my modified version available in the description for you to make it as easy as possible. But the original file has come from this place and I'm not trying to take any credit for the file. Okay, so go ahead and either download my version or this copy. It's entirely up to you. And when you've done that, open it up. This is my copy. I have deleted all of the extra bits. I'll just show you. This is how it looks when you first download the CT Social version. Got a little bit of their marketing and things on it. If you're not too good in Photoshop, then you'll appreciate just having the bare basics of what you need. So as you can see, the blocked text here and the blue area is where everything can be seen, so it doesn't matter on the size or the resolution or the device. Whatever you see in here will be displayed on screen. So this is the most important area and where you want to put any of the important text or images for your channel. Now moving slightly further out, this is for mobile and tablets. So depending on the mobile or the tablet and the screen size and everything, you may get this bit seen, you may not. There's also like a padding area. So the safe text area is where you'll definitely see, but this kind of padding in between is where you may or may not see, depending on the screen size. And then going further out to the edge on the left and right is where you'll see a desktop or a laptop computer. Depending again on the screen resolution, it will stretch out, but it won't go up or down. It only scales sideways and outwards. This great big white area at the bottom and the top is only for TVs, and at the moment, TVs aren't used extensively for navigating around YouTube. You may find people are watching your channels via a TV. That's pretty normal, pretty average, but actually navigating to your channel and looking around the web on a TV isn't anywhere near as popular as the other devices. So you find that most people and most YouTubers will really focus in on this kind of strip. And definitely for mobile and for tablets, it's important that we have our main content right in the center there. Okay, so I hope that made sense. I'm going to give you a quick example now of what I'm going to do and how my channel's going to look. Now, it's not particularly detailed and I'm not that great in Photoshop, so I'm going to just give you a quick demo of the things that I'm going to do, and you can kind of follow along in a very similar fashion if you'd like to. So the first things that I've got 2 files open already here. The first one is a stock photo that I'm going to use as my background that will cover the whole area, and then I've just got my logo and slogan as well that I'm going to just paste in there. So it's going to be quite a quick, easy example. So first of all, I'm just going to select everything here, Control A, and then Control C to copy it and paste it into the document here. Now, to start off with, when you first paste stuff in, you'll kind of go over the top of all of this. Don't worry about that at the moment. You'll still see the blue lines, which will be able to help you and guide you. And you can, in the bottom right here, you can kind of change the layers so you can see different things as well. I'll be going over Photoshop tutorials later on. This is just a quick example of how you can make some channel art, and really it's just using this file. That's the key concept here. So I'm just going to resize this to the full size. The page, I'm keeping shift down as well so it doesn't distort. Like that. And then I want to paste in this stuff. And I think this will be too big yet. So if we transform that as well a little bit. Again, I'm keeping shift down, which means it doesn't distort the picture at all. If you're familiar with Photoshop, then when you see the purple lines, you'll know that it's centered. So that's centered vertically, and there we go. So you've got the 2 crosshairs, and that's right in the center. So that's where I want my picture to be, right in the very center of the image. Okay, so that is pretty much the thing that I'm going to have on my YouTube channel. I'm just going to do one more little thing here. I'm just going to change the opacity slightly. So maybe 40%. What do you reckon? Yeah. And then I'll put a box behind it. White box. So what we're looking at here is all of the overlays. So this is how my picture will look. You won't see the blue lines when it saves. And so here, on mobile, will be where it kind of cuts off. And then my circle image will show. And then there'll just be a kind of a bit of a space there, but you've got the background picture which fills it in nicely. If you're on desktop, then you'll see a little bit more to the sides, and the picture doesn't actually display here. When you're on desktop, it displays underneath. So you'll have a little bit of a different kind of setup there. But something like that, it's very simple, but that's going to be quite effective because it's not actually being too complicated, and you're getting, or I'm getting exactly what I want on the page without really going into too much detail and too much time and effort. A lot of people will, if I just quickly go over to my other channel. So here we are at the other channel. What I've done is I've just got random things kind of poking in and out. And as the screen either shrinks or expands, you'll actually find that you see more of the objects. A lot of people seem to be doing that because then it doesn't matter too much about where you're positioning your items. The only important thing is the title, of course, if it's in the center here. So you could go along similar lines as that, or you can do what I'm doing here. Where is it? If you can, yeah, you can do a lot of things similar to this where you just have a background picture and then but the important things are that you stay within this central box here, and that is because of the text being safe. And actually, if you look at what I've done there, you can actually see my wording going underneath the safe area. So I'm just going to make that a little bit smaller. I'd prefer it to be a little bit smaller and display properly. Yeah, so that's within the safe area now. So that'll be fine. Okay, so when you're ready to save your picture, you may see this, you may not. If you click on the little eye here, it will disappear. So if you just have that hidden, it will make sure it doesn't save when you save your picture. And you want to think about saving your picture as a JPEG. So click File, Save As on the Save As type, drop down, and then you've got a few different options. JPEG for me, and then you can save it wherever you want to. And as the JPEG options pop up, you will see that you've got your size requirements. Now, you can have up to 6 megabytes on this, but if possible, I would keep it under a meg or at least 2 megabytes. And the reason for that is because people on slower internet connections around the world will really appreciate not having to download 6 megabyte picture files when they've got like the option of just downloading it at like 800 kilobytes, for example. For me, this is the largest quality I can have, but you can compress much more and have it at a much smaller level as well. But you do lose a lot of quality, so if possible, have it at maximum of 12. But if you're going over the 6 megabyte limit, you'll definitely have to drop it down and really consider how good your quality of the picture is. Okay, so now that's saved, we can go back to our website and go back to the picture icon, and now we fit all of these requirements. So click onto the blue select photo from your computer and then find the photo you want to load. As it loads, you will get a demonstration of how it should look on each of the 3 main devices. So on the TV, as you can see, you see the full picture and just the small kind of words in the center there. Doesn't look fantastic, but again, the TV is the least important one, although it's kind of like the one that everything seems to be keyed around, but you know, hey ho, that's how it goes. The mobile, this is the demonstration. Don't forget that you will actually have a circle here as well. It doesn't show that on the mobile, but you'll have a circle there, so you can't really put any graphics over that side of the screen. If you wanted to, you could have some extra stuff over here. We've got some space there, but we knew that from the picture. And then for the desktop, you just see the same as the mobile, but a little bit more on either side. So that looks pretty good to me. You can adjust the crop. So if you don't have a square picture or you wanted to focus in a little bit more, you could do that. Again, make sure that this square box, I don't know if you can see that very well on the screen, but there is a slightly darker patch. You need that to be in the center because that's where the mobile device will be looking. That's the mobile requirements. And then you just click select at the end there. There we go. And as you click select, it will save and load the new picture for you. Now, initially, it may look a little bit blurry. That's similar to the video quality. If you ever upload a video fresh on YouTube and then try and watch it yourself, you'll notice that it's only available in something like 480p. It's similar for the picture. Basically, they go through an encoding a compression process. So at the moment that will look pretty rubbish, but if you go back to it tomorrow, it will have uploaded and you'll get the high resolution that you saved it as, and hopefully that you can see when you look at this here. So it will look more like this. Okay, so that is the banner completed. Now we need to look at the icon as well. So come over here and click onto your little picture icon. Now the first thing it says is it's actually connected to your Google account. Now for brand accounts and for personal accounts, this will be slightly different. If you first of all click on edit, now the first thing you see here is this is my personal account and this is what I've got loaded up for my personal account. So even though I've clicked through from my brand account, it goes to my personal account. So if you've got a personal account, then you know you're in the right place straight away, no worries. But if you've got a brand account, you now need to look on the picture on the right hand side and go to the correct brand account, and I'm doing Joe Cullen Learn. Now you see the differences. This picture I actually want to be the same as Learn, and this background picture doesn't actually have any relevance to the rest of the website. It's just if anybody finds me on Google Plus, then I'd like it to look the same, so they can kind of realize that it's the same thing and they understand. So for the icon, it's changed just here. When you click onto the picture, you can upload a new photo. You know, you upload it that way. Just be aware that because it's circle, it will cut off anything. If you've got a square logo, for example, it's going to cut off a little bit. I've got like some of my J has disappeared, and I'm actually going to put the learn straight through the center, I think, of this basic logo, so we know that there's a different kind of logo for each one. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, so here's my original file, and for the example, for this example, I will just be cropping this. Okay, so I hadn't got that prepared, but as you can see, just sped that up a little bit for you. And now I've got the learn icon ready. So I'm going to file and save as, and save that as another JPEG. So I've got quite a few different logos here. I'll do learn logo. And then I'm actually going to save that learn logo. So there we go. So now we can go into this picture here. Upload photo, find our logo, and as it uploads, you'll see you've got an option to crop as well. I don't want to crop any of it, and then it will upload here pretty much instantly. You're going to find it takes roughly about 48 hours for it to actually populate on YouTube. That could be quite annoying, but it's just what happens because it's coming through from Google. It doesn't update automatically and instantly, but it will update, so just give it time and let it do its thing, and you know, you'll get there. It will do it. Especially if you're starting up, it shouldn't be too much for concern. Just keep an eye on it so you know exactly when it has updated. If I just go back to YouTube quickly, and as you can see, this has now become a bit clearer because it's uploaded and had time to do its thing. And this hasn't changed yet, but you know, in 48 hours that will have changed, and it will now have my red learn across the center. So that's how you update all of your channel art. I hope it's been helpful, and if you have any other tips or hints, then please leave comments below. I know all of the other viewers would love to hear from you as well as I would. If you've liked the video, please consider giving me a thumbs up and subscribing. At the moment, I'm making a full how to set up a YouTube channel in the correct way playlist of videos and like a series. So if you'd like to know how to do all of that, then keep an eye out for that playlist. I'm going to be adding to it on a regular basis. I also have a blog channel and a review channel, which can be found in the featured channels of this website. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.